Listen, you are the S&P winner today, baby. You sat through 9 and Mr. Darcy.
It's your fault. Why you had to do this to me? I'm supposed to be asleep.
You don't look sleep. You moving around all on the camera. You don't even got your hair. You don't got your hair tied up. You don't blame me, fam.
I had to look good for you, but
I appreciate that.
I wasn't. Thank you, Ma. I wasn't gonna call, and like it was just tugging at me. Everything that you said, I had this conversation today, and I'm like, how is she reading my mind? It's just, it's the ancestor. It's definitely, because it gave me goosebumps, and I'm like, okay, she's talking about that. I don't have to. I got stuff to do. And then you was talking about school and education, and I got to tell you what happened to me today. So, my 5-year-old is here in Senegal with me. Well, she's gonna be 5. And I had to put her in school. I can't do the homeschool thing like I thought. So I have a friend who is Senegalese. I've known her for 10 years, as long as I've known my husband. And she has a school. She has a daughter, so she started opening a school. And I took my kid there. She said, I'll take her for free, whatever, no problem, just temporarily. And I noticed that her sign on her school had white kids on it. Like little cartoons, only. And the schools in the city, yes, like not even one brown kid. And so I said, okay. And I noticed some other schools have the same thing, but I never, I asked my husband, or I say, stuff bothers you, but you don't want to like jump down people's throat. You kind of, okay, what's this about? Are they trying to advertise to foreigners or what? So since she's my friend, I said, okay, let me ease in this and ask her what's up. I said, so I noticed some schools people do this, and I noticed your sign. She's like, oh, I didn't even realize. And I said, who made it for you? I'm thinking maybe she had a European friend that made it for her, and they wasn't thinking. And she's like, no, it was a student from here. And she's like, people do that, they just don't think. And I'm like, I wanted to say a lot of stuff, but I said, this is my friend. Let me tippy-toe, into it without, because my perspective is different. And I said, that's kind of sad. I said, I could never imagine, a school in China or in Europe that have only Black kids on it. And just to kind of open her mind a little bit and see where she was at. Because people here don't really, they don't have the experience that we have. And they're very open and accepting of everybody. And also they look up to other people subconsciously. They don't even know. So I said, look, if you want, if the person can make you another sign, I said, I'll donate if you want to get with Black kids. And because I'm from where I'm from, everything I say is, wow, you're so cool. Wow, that's Black power. Wow, like,
that's a great idea.
Yes. And I use that, influence. It feels
this
weird.
Is what we're talking about, babe. That's what we're talking about tonight.
Any idea I have, because it comes from America, people are like, oh, that's the new way. Yeah, we got to do that. And we got to, and so I said, yeah, I can donate. And so today she actually sent me a picture of the new sign. And
don't make me cry on this show.
I said the kids can have, their traditional clothes. I said they have to love where they're from. And and I said it in a way that didn't come across too aggressive or too like, you should know this already. Or I just said, like, just think about it. And so she did, and she sent it to me, and the little boy, little cartoon, characters, and they had the little traditional clothes on and the, modern clothes on. And then they even had pictures of tribal, traditional, like ancient tribe stuff. And so I was like, yes. And just the fact that she was open to it, and that the person who made the sign, that's 2 people whose minds are open. Like, oh, I didn't even think of doing Black kids on a school, like, and then someone else is going to see it, and they're going to be like, oh, this is the new thing. And then it becomes a trend. Yeah, because it's like, cool, it's new and fresh. And that's kind of how I feel like the culture kind of goes. Like, we'll come here for vacation with a new hairstyle, and then we come back a year later, everybody's rocking it.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm like, we can use that influence. And I thought about it, but this is the first time I actually put it into practice and seeing it happen. And I'm like, I can't wait to see other schools do the same thing. Like, none of the kids look like the picture that she had. Like, and nobody in this area looks like that. And it's just, it sends a message to the little kids that, if you want to be smart, this is what, smart kids look like, or this is what education looks like. This is what it dresses like. This is what the skin color is like, and it's like, nobody realizes the damage that it does, because we live amongst, our
oppressors. And representation matters. Representation matters. Advertising, television, even social media, these are billion-dollar industries. The images that we see on a regular basis are carefully selected and calculated for a reason. And so it matters, because you will have some Black people that will say to you, oh, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. And it does, because the kids are going to school every day. They're seeing that picture. They want to model themselves after what they're seeing. And that was absolutely extraordinary. One of the things I love about you, I love, you are a woman after my own heart. And this is a prime example of how we can be effective and how we can do it, like you talked about. Also, Nana mentioned it. Also, Darth mentioned it. The influence. We are aware that we have influence. They look up to us. They have this great idea of where we come from. And if we turn that back onto them, I shared that story of wearing my kente to New Year's Eve. Ghanaians were like, wow, your cloth is beautiful. I can't believe you wore this out. Nobody wears kente. And it was a conscious choice, to play and choose. And that's what you have done. And that is amazing. And I'm so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for having the wherewithal and having the way, the comprehension to understand, it's not malicious. Some diasporians see the things that are going on and they get frustrated. Oh, we know a popular YouTuber in the Gambia, for instance, that could only talk about these people are stupid. These people are letting the foreigners take advantage of them. These people aren't even, protecting their own country. Could it be that it's not even a concept, like you said? They didn't even have the concept of, but see, for instance, in America, that's a fight that we had, to be included on ads, to be shown on television, to be represented. So we know how important that is. And now, it's very common to see those multicultural ads, and things like that, where there's always one Black person, one Asian, this kind of thing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And if people all around the continent, other members of the diaspora are doing what you and I are doing, we are going to have a massive imprint because of those subtle conversations and using our influence to promote, what we know is essential.
The diaspora, especially African Americans, because that's what I know, we have influence all over the world. Everything we do is cool. Like, and what the gentleman was saying earlier about the French or something like that, like the influence that we have can sweep the whole continent just because everything comes from us. That's something. And it's something that we don't even know we have until we leave and see how much people love. Like, there's people, I'm in a francophone country. There's people who, when you speak English, they're like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, everybody's so excited to, like, somebody told me, oh yeah, this rapper from Inglewood, California. I was like, yeah, like people know us more than we think. And we could use that oh so well, as long as we have the tact and the patience. We can't just jump, and it's hard to not react, and we have to really harness it and deliver it in the right way to be respectful.
Because we're very reactive. We're very reactive. We're very emotional, and so when we see stuff like that, our natural inclination is like, "What the hell is going on?" You know what I mean? That's not the way. It's got to be a teaching moment a lot of times. You know,
and it has to be.
It's not like she got offended when you brought that up. You know, she didn't get angry and be like, "Hey, this is my school. Don't tell me what to do. I paid for that sign. Shut up. You don't got your own school. Get out of here. We ain't friends no more."
We can't be colonizers. We can't do like the colonizers and just come and think we just better than everybody and just know everything.
There you go.
We have to be humble, and yeah, I'm excited about what's to come, and that's why I had to stay on and come back. It kicked me out. I had to come back on. I said, "This is like."
I was like, "What?" I knew you was gonna come back with the same.
Yeah,
I'm delighted that you called back in and shared that. You know what I'm saying? Because that is exactly what this episode is about. You know what I mean? That's exactly. I see it all the time. I'm cognizant of it. You know, just like, and I have those conversations. Like I talked about it before. When I'm in my boat and Uber, and they want to put on, you know, the American music for me, and I tell them, "Hey, look, I'm in Ghana. I want to hear Stone Boy. I want to hear Wale. You know, I want to hear Lord Paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm hip to what's going on here. That's why I'm here. I don't want to be here and be there." You see what I'm saying? So, excellent. Job well done. Very proud of you.
Man.
Wonderful.
I love you so much.
I love you too, baby. Good night now.
Keep
you can
going,
go back.
going.
You can rest.
All right, then.
Bye,
Take care.
sweetie. Big shout out
Say
to
bye.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
That's why I got to go to bed.
It's a good growth channel.
Good night,
All right.
sweetie.
Say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, guys. Big shout outs to our family there in Senegal, Miss Afro Millennial Mama, and one of my nieces. Wow, that was such a powerful story. That was a great way to wrap up the show. You know, Afro Millennial Mama shared how she observed a sign on a school that didn't have any Black kids on it in Senegal. And she carefully had the conversation with her friend who runs the school and was able to influence her to get the sign updated and add, you know, African children with their traditional wear and all that stuff to the school. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, members of the diaspora have got to exercise SMP if we want to be effective on this continent. Okay.